What's going on, everybody? I appreciate you checking in. All right, our Raiders failed the assignment. They failed. They missed it. They missed the assignment. The Jaguars proved that they can screw up a game better than us. That's basically what they did. And so Raiders lose week 16. I think it is now, week 16, 14-19. Raiders, I think we won it on the last second, what was it, field goal? Or touchdown?
Touchdown.
Touchdown? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Again, I was in transit before the game. I was kind of listening as I'm driving the family for the holidays. And so I'm going to rely a little bit on the chat. I'm also going to rely on my two guys to kind of fill me in. Again, I was just listening to it. And so I caught a couple of points here and there. But all I know is that our Raiders missed the assignment. We have now dropped from potentially the number one, a top draft pick, down to number 6. We're going to break it all down. But I appreciate both my guys coming on with me. Chris, Protect the Show podcast, as well as The Severe Raider. Appreciate you guys. Hey, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe wherever you guys are at, because we always try to hit you guys after the games. But, man, Chris, how you feeling? How you feeling after this Raiders disappointment?
Well, I won another parlay today, in case anyone asks. So
damn you. Appreciate you rubbing it in.
I mean, gotta be happy about something. But the Raiders win, man. So the fan in me is like, hey, good job, good to see the guys go. But the analytical, strategic thinker that I tend to be at times, keep focusing on long term. What are we going to do long term? This game right here is going to set us back quite a bit. If we want to get a quarterback of the future, it's going to be very expensive. And I'll be the first to say it, man. A lot of these fans that are cheering and happy and stuff right now about winning this game, and I hate to be the one to say it, these are going to be the same people that are going to be upset at Tom Telesco for not giving up 3 first-round picks to go get Shador or Cam Ward. These are going to be the same people. Watch. The ones that are, and that's just what it is. Now it's going to be expensive. Now we're going to have to go get best player available, and that's just all there is to it. So that's where I'm at, man.
But best player available at 6. So exactly. Like I was telling 805, this is like the year when we drafted Cleveland Farrell, right? When it was like, hey, you know what? There's 3 guys in this 3-guy draft.
Yeah.
Is it Kyler or it's Nick Bosa or it's Quentin Williams?
Yeah.
That is kind of like, we don't want, there's some good prospects, right? There's some good prospects like Mason Graham, good prospect. Is anybody going to move heaven and earth to go up there and get him? I don't think so, right? Will Johnson, great prospect, right? But this year, he was my number 1 player coming into this draft. Is somebody going to move heaven and earth to go up and get him? Especially he's been dealing with some injuries. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Right. Like Genty, is anybody going to trade up for a running back? Not to 6. So it's like, it's like at that point, you got to stick and pick, right? So we're going at like Tedero McMillan, who I like. I like Tedero McMillan, but is he?
He's not Megatron. He's not Megatron.
He's not Megatron, and we have Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is on a torrid pace, and what has that done for us? Not a motherfucking thing. The dude is about to break the Raiders reception record, and what has that done for us? Nothing.
A tight end record. He's about to break Mike Dicker's tight end record ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, rookie tight end record. Rookie tight end record. But and it's Mike Dicker did that when it was like 12 games and nobody's passing. Like, so it's like, is he really breaking it? He's breaking it. But is he really breaking it?
Yeah.
Right. Like Mike Dicker's 1,069 yards is like 2,500 yards.
Yeah.
It's like it's like if the exchange rate is different. The exchange rate of them yards is way different. And I know some people happy about this win, right? I'm happy for you. With this win, this now puts the Raiders to 10 games out of the playoffs with 2 games to go. Congratulations. And now we're not in a position to draft the quarterback. So,
and that's great point. And obviously, Chris, great point as well. To these are the same fans. If you're happy about the win, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But don't bitch and complain if we don't get a top quarterback.
That's my point. And that's my point. And you can't have it both ways. You can't
exactly.
Have it both ways.
Telesco is not going to jump up 5, 6, 7 spots in the draft. That's not his MO. That's not what he's been. That's not what he's done in the past. And so if he was going to jump like that, he would have tried to jump this past year to possibly jump up and get a Michael Penix or even a Bo Nix. You know what I'm saying? Like he would have jumped up last year potentially. But he sat, he waited, he took the best player available in the spot that we were sitting, and now we sit at 6. And so we're going to break this thing down, guys. I appreciate everyone in the building again. My background's a little different. I'm out for the holidays, and so lighting's a little rough, but you guys can still see me. We're still rock this thing. But let's make sure we hit up the chat. Appreciate it right away. You in the building. Appreciate you coming through.
Away.
Robert Pena, appreciate you pulling up. Brian Rodriguez in the building. Let's go. Alan Bush in the building as well. Appreciate you coming up. LQ Sports 209. Always good seeing you. Yeah. Always good seeing you, man. Appreciate you pulling up as well. Brian Rodriguez again.
I can agree with that.
Forrest Window, appreciate you coming up. Dominic 5 in the building as well. Fear Raider, always good seeing you. Let's go. Gerard Pope in the building. Appreciate you coming up. Scott Roddig, always good seeing you as well. Let's see Robert in the building. Appreciate you pulling through. Conversation TS in the building. Let's go. Copener, big broken leg.
Broken leg.
This is the first time I think I've seen you. And I appreciate you, man. Raider Felon in the building as well. MEZ Box, always good seeing you. Laker Raider in the building.
Better than anything we've had.
Exactly. Let's see. Nav 46. No, Navy Vet 46. Sorry, Navy Vet. Salute to you.
To the vet.
100%. Salute to you.
Got Myra G in the building.
I'm missing Myra G. Jason Marshall in the building. Let's see. I'm going to have to go back up. Everybody coming through. I appreciate you guys. AC Raider Nation.
Hey, man. This
we all on the same page.
The voice of a generation right there.
Exactly. Let's see. I want to make sure I get to everybody. Let's go.
Raider rundown. Hey, I'm with it. It's
Ed Dog, get a 5-man. Appreciate you coming up. Raider rundown. Good seeing you.
Man, yeah, exactly. It's another one. Like, I feel for guys like Rundown, and for the last guy, he looked like he's pretty young too. They haven't seen good quarterback. Like the best Raider quarterback they've ever seen was Derek Carr. Second best is Aiden O'Connell. Like that's this is what they're dealing with. I'm like, these dudes are way better than me, bro. I would have tapped the fuck out. Like if this is
you know what? That is a good point, man. That's why they're going so hard for Aiden. That literally is wow.
I would have tapped out. I'd have been like, I'm cool on football, man. I'm like,
hold up though. Let's do this though. And Robert Penny, appreciate you coming through as well. And yes, Myra G, you the first Shield Squad first lady in the building. Let's go one more. Rossi Biddle, I appreciate you coming up as well. So, but here's the thing. Okay, the only thing I'll say about that is they at least got to see the playoff run in 2016, and they got to see the playoff run, at least the drama-ridden season, and we still made it to the playoffs against Cincy. One play away from beating Cincy. So at least they got to see that. Man, so I'm 41, born in 83. I was a Raider fan since 9 years old. And, I mean, okay, we saw the Super Bowl run one time. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's been a struggle. I don't care. For us older ones, it's been a struggle bus for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But all right, real quick, guys, Raider Nation Live in the building. I appreciate you. Everybody that's in the building right now, go over to Raider Nation Live. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I hit you guys all week long. Exactly, all week long with content. So make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button over there. Say what's up to those guys. Anthony Estrada in the building as well. So remember, guys, if you guys have a question or what have you, hit that hashtag Raiders and then give the comment. It'll catch my eye and we'll pop it up. But Raiders lose, and the Jaguars just knew how to lose, or Raiders win, but Jaguars just knew how to lose that game. Again, as I was driving, I'm listening to it, but man, it just felt like drop passes. Mac Jones had missed throws. I think even our boy Jack Jones got beat on another double move, and it was just a drop pass that should have went yard. You know, it just seemed like, again, as I'm listening to it, as I'm on the road, it just felt like the Jags did what they needed to do to lose that game. So, I'll throw it to you first, man. What were your thoughts?
First off, I think Anthony Estrada got on those Macho Man Randy Savage glasses. So,
Yeah, he does.
My brother right there. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. It was just, look, the Jaguars understood the assignment, right? You know, and the Raiders were like me. They just they did not do their homework. They did not do their homework. They did not turn the assignment in. They failed it. Like, the Jaguars knew what they wanted to do, and that was go out there and lose. And boy, did they figured out a way to lose, right? Like, we scored 19. We got 2 turnovers. I want to say both on our side of the field. And we still only scored 19 points, right? So, like, this game was just so weird to watch. So weird to watch, because at one point I was like,
I was driving, so I didn't get to watch it. I was just listening. So
it was odd, man. Because at one point, like, when we first came out, I was like, oh damn, there's no way in the world we're gonna win. We're gonna lose this game. Like, after the first like quarter, I was like, oh, there's no way in the world we're losing this game, man. We're gonna win. We might win going away. Aiden O'Connell, this might be the best game I've seen from Aiden O'Connell since the Chiefs game. Honestly, he was dialed in. The Jaguars looked like they didn't know what was going on. Well, they knew what was going on. They knew what they wanted to do. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. And then at one point, like Brian Thomas, like when I knew it was bad for us, when Brian Thomas beat Jack Jones in a double move and Mac Jones missed him, I'm like, oh man, these dudes, they're not trying to win this game, man. And then they took the lead. I'm like, okay, damn, like, look, they did are they fumbling the bag too? They about to fumble the bag too, and then we went back and took the lead. But then we had to punt to him.
We had
when we had to punt to him, I'm like, okay, like, are the Raiders going to Raider, and you know, the Jaguars going to come down to get a late go ahead touchdown and win the game? But no, man, the Jaguars did it to us. They had a first down, and then the penalty took the first down away, and then that was game.
What was that? Was that drop pretty bad on that double move? Was he wide? It was
wasn't a drop. It was a bad. It was like, he threw it to like somebody holding the sticks on the sideline. I don't know who he's going to.
Mac Jones knew the assignment. He knew the assignment. He knew the assignment.
He sold that thing like he put some slice on that drive, man. It was man. It was bad.
That's crazy. But hey,
let's take a second to address some of the comments in the. You know, like my man Gravy's in the building. I respect him so much. Gravy. All eyes on G. I respect them. Those are 2 of my guys to the fullest. But they're basically kind of talking about us like being complacent with losing, and I got to push back. That's not what this is. We're just not being so short-sighted at the end of the day. And the thing is, I used to be there. Severe know it. A rundown, all them know it.
Bro,
I was there, man. I hate losing. I am ultra competitive, no matter what it is. I'm one of them people that don't want to lose at nothing. But at some point, when you look at what these last couple drafts have done, when you look at guys that these quarterbacks and fell in these guys' lap, and they immediately changed the trajectory.
Daniels just did.
Look what Jay did. 5 touchdowns today.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Beat the Eagles.
And that's what I'm saying. And it's like, you know, I know a lot of us want to trade. Like, I'm not big on trying to trade up. It's like, if you so happen have the chance where a quarterback can fall in your lap, just like Justin Herbert fell in Telesco's lap for the Chargers, like, you got to take advantage of it. You have to. Like, I don't want to lose, but we got to look beyond, you know, being happy for these couple weeks, and then when draft time comes, we're gonna look crazy.
So look, and one of the best examples is it's not about just getting the quarterback. It's about getting the quarterback, but then building around the quarterback. Exactly. So if you go ahead and you give up the next 3 years of first round draft picks and a couple second round draft picks to jump up 6, 7, 8, 9 spots, then you're not going to build around a quarterback. Then you're going to have a situation where you got Caleb Williams. You're going to have a situation where you can't protect him. He's going to be scrambling for his life. You know what I'm saying? You might do more harm in that first year than any good. and there's a good chance that you can mentally break a quarterback in his very first year. And so the thing is you want to build around him. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of draft capital going into the next coming years, the second, third year of a rookie quarterback, so that they can actually have weapons. They can be protected. Look at what Jaden Daniels going through. Now, Jaden Daniels mobile, you know what I'm saying? So he can get himself out of trouble, which is good. But he's got weapons around. Terry McLaurin's an absolute beast. You know what I'm saying? They got a decent running game sitting over there. So my thing is that it's not just about the quarterback. It's about building the foundation around them and having the pieces. That's why, look, even if we were to get a rookie quarterback, I'm cool with it. But the thing is even if we get a rookie quarterback and we end up only winning 4 or 5 games and we still get a top 10 pick next year, guess what? That's more top 10 talent that we can build around a rookie quarterback, because a rookie quarterback strategy is a long-term investment.
Exactly.
It's not instant gratification. You're not going to get a rookie quarterback and you're going to win the Super Bowl that same year. Mm-hmm. You're thinking 3, 4, 5 years down the road to where you build around, and by year 3, you got all the pieces to kind of mold a Super Bowl caliber team. Exactly. So this whole trading up stuff, being okay with winning a meaningless game. Look, we're not sitting here investing our own money into this, right? I'm saying, like, this is a Raider organization. You guys do what you do. We're fans at the end of the day. We want to see what's best for them. And winning a meaningless game like this one and not falling back to number 6, and shit, what happens if we win the next week? I think if we win next week, we can fall to damn near 15
to 12. Yeah, who knows?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how the games work out, then we are far off at that point. And so that's kind of just – and Chris, you said it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the hard part, is none of us – this is – and Severe and I were talking right before. I think it's the first time I was ever cool with just tanking. Even last year.
I hated it.
Last year, even the very last game, even though I understood that a couple draft spots were at risk. Last year, we played against the Broncos, that very last game. I still want to beat the Broncos because I wanted to know what this locker room really felt about Antonio Pierce. Because it was Antonio Pierce's opportunity to go over 500 as a head coach, as the interim head coach. And so I wanted to see, is this team still fighting for Antonio Pierce to know, should we hire him on next year, right, for the next season? And so I was okay with that, even though it jeopardized a spot or 2 in the draft. And so, but this year, totally different. Completely different. Especially given the fact that we have, I don't know if you guys saw it, but apparently we are, between us and the Lions, we are, for the starting players, for the starting 22 players on your week 1, 31% of our starting players are now on IR. Between us and the Lions, it's the highest percentage of players on the IR for any roster in the league. You don't win with that. You know what I'm saying? The Lions, different story. They went on a hot run in the beginning. Now they've had a lot of injuries, and now look, they're starting to kind of fizzle a little bit. They're starting to kind of come down to earth. I know they beat up on the Bears, but it's the Bears. But, again, I'm with you guys. The rest of you guys in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Our Dobbs in the building. Rex Randall coming through. Let's go. Circus Raider in the building. I appreciate you. Gravy, we just talked about you, but man, I appreciate you coming up. Again, Raider Nation Live. Make sure you guys go and hit them up.
That's my guys.
Yeah. Joker CTV, appreciate you coming through. Jenkins.
That guy's go back to Let's Come In.
What happened? Which one?
Go to Let's Come In.
Who, Joker?
He said, I just bought it. Oh my God, bro.
From Cheeto. I want tickets to go to. No.
I'm glad you support my guy Cheeto, man. Hey,
always support Cheeto, man.
Cheeto, I'm gonna get on Cheeto for that. You wrong for that one, bro. You let this man buy. You let this buddy buy. That's like selling somebody a Darren Waller jersey right now. Why you let this man buy?
But also, guys, make sure you guys go to Raider Rundown as well.
Joker TV, that's my guy though. That's my dude right there. Yeah. Shout out to him.
100%. And I'm gonna kind of keep. VB's the other build. I appreciate you. Rex Randall, I appreciate you starting the show off right with the super chat. We need to hope Sam Darnold hits the market and draft the best player available.
Guys,
we'll address this. I'll say something real quick. Yeah. There's no way, and I'm gonna say it very bluntly and just real quick, no way in hell I'm going to dump 35-40 million into Sam Darnold. I just can't do it. Not me. Chris, go for it.
you would have thought we learned from Gardner Minshew, a little would have learned from Jimmy G. Yeah, I understand that certain quarterbacks, when they get a new, they're under, in a new environment, they play better. Sam Darnold, he does have arm talent. He came out he was number 1 overall pick, right? Yeah, I forgot what year. So I mean, he has an intangibles, but at the end of the day, man, like there's been times where Sam has played very bad ball. He played good, this year with, a lot of talent around him, a good play caller. He's not going to necessarily have the same situations here in the Raiders. So for the think that we're going to get Darnold and he's going to change everything, it's not going to work. I hate to say it. We are going to need a bridge quarterback, but he's going to be expensive. So I don't know what you guys think, but I am not with the whole Sam Darnold thing at all. At least as someone that's going to be somewhat of a savior. Oh, I've been burnt twice with Gardner and Jimmy G. I'm done.
No. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I'm not touching Sam Darnold, man. I'm a guy that's from Southern California. I remember people like people were enamored with Sam Darnold because he does have a lot of arm talent. He has a lot of talent. But I remember there were games in college when he was at SC where like teams would dare him to beat him with his arm, and he couldn't do it. I specifically remember it was a Texas. I specifically remember a game versus Texas, and Texas was like, "We're going to load up against the run, and we're going to dare you to beat it with arm," and he could not do it. He's not a guy that can do it on a consistent basis, and we've seen the effect that Kevin O'Connell can have on the quarterback. Look what just happened to Kirk Cousins. Look what just happened to Kirk Cousins. Look at Sam Darnold everywhere else he's been, and then he gets with Kevin O'Connell.
So he was third string for a while in San Francisco. Yeah. He was third string. He was after Purdy and Trey Lance.
Yes.
I forget that.
This kind of leads up to this, but R. Jenkins, I'm going to say, remember last week, Chris was trying to tell severe bank account Mac Jones was not better than Mike White.
No, but the thing is, bank account knew the assignment. He played his role good today.
Nah, today, Aiden O'Connell was playing like his life depended on it. He was like, "This is the he had the game of his life. He had the game of his life." And he was still instead of 19 points.
But Circus ready. Here's go. What y'all missing is you need a coaching staff to develop players and put players in positions to succeed. We had Matt Carr and looked how successful that was. Draft is half the battle. Okay. What I'm gonna say is you're 100% right. We're not talking we were just talking about draft position and being able to access players in the draft or access draft capital, depending on if we want to move back or what have you, right? That's what we're talking about. But coaching staff is a whole other story. I 100% agree with you. I mean, look at Cliff Kingsbury, right? Do you think Jaden Daniels would have done the same if he didn't have a decent offensive coordinator over there? Probably not. It's a whole package, and it goes back to the
coordinator that AP wanted too. We got to make sure we let everyone know that too.
It goes to the fact that it's not just about the quarterback, it's about the quarterback and what you build around them. That is including talent, and it's also including coaching staff. So I 100% agree. Just because we're talking about draft and where we want to be does not mean that we're going to discount what coaching does, because 100% coaching is a massive factor in the whole thing. So I'm with you on that. We were just talking strictly draft and players around them. And so
salute to Navy vet, man. Appreciate you gifting those memberships, man. Salute to him, man. Big fan of you, and thank you for the support, man.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome. Sun Goddess in the building as well. Hey, comments are flying, so guys, I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to say what's up to everybody. Roy and Gail Pollard, appreciate you guys coming through as well. Just want to say what's up. More membership, Navy Vet 46. I appreciate you, man. Always doing some good things. It's always good seeing you in here. And Tidy 707, always in the building. Hey, again, guys, I'm trying to get to all you guys. Hector Ruiz, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming up. So let's do this. And we got a hashtag Raiders. Looked like Penix had a decent first game. He did. Penix had a pretty decent first game, and like I would always say, you have a decent first game, Now teams got some film. This is where you start to build how good are you going to be as a quarterback, right? And so that's the beauty of the NFL is you got to prove yourself week after week, and we'll see how he does and progresses. But definitely good first game. Josh Clay already wants to get to a mock draft. Appreciate you coming through.
People were doing it weeks ago. Honestly, I ain't messing with it yet. I ain't mess with it.
Oh yeah.
But go to Charles Wong's comment in the room right up above it.
There it is. Next year's and class might be better.
It's still early. It's still early.
Draft class?
Yeah, you're talking about draft class. So I don't know, man. Severe, with your memory, you probably know everybody that's coming out next year. I know everyone always defaults to Arch Manning. Me personally, I need to see him on the grass more. I'm not all just in love with his last name, but who are some of the other quarterbacks that we can kind of look forward to now that we might end up with Jalen Milroe this year? Who knows, man?
So Arch is probably the top one everybody's targeting. Drew Aller is going back to school, so he'll probably right now he's probably number one until we actually see Arch. Then Nussmeier from LSU, I think he's probably going to go back to school. Who else? Trying to think who else, because Dylan is another year away. I think Dante Moore, depending on what he does this next year, I think he'll be draft eligible too. He's a quarterback up in Oregon. He's a guy that's going to be coming out. I can't really think of too many.
I'll tell you right now, I think that I was really high on Drew Aller. I really liked him. But
Klubnik from
Jay Klubnik from Clemson.
Yeah, I know. He's up and down. He's up and down.
But again, if he's another year, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's some of these quarterbacks, if you give them another year, again, I thought Drew Aller's decision to go one more year at Penn State was a huge decision for him. It was a very smart decision.
Smart, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You give him another year. He's that prototypical type. But if he can improve his mobility one more year, I think he could be. I think he'd be a stud. And so, but I think next year's quarterback draft class is going to be pretty strong. Hard part is, for me, you can never bank on next year.
Never.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Because you can go, man, Drew Aller is going to be a stud, or Jacob Peters. Jacob Peters doesn't agree. He says Drew Aller is not an NFL quarterback. Okay, cool. That's your opinion. Now, here's my thing: is that even if you bank on a Drew Aller or Archie Manning or what have you, guess what? What if someone tears their ACL? What if someone goes down? You cannot bank on that. And so, as much as I think Drew Aller's decision to stay one more year is extremely good because I think he needed it, you can't bank on it. So
I'm with you.
Because
regardless, it's like, I hate to say it, but you still need that quarterback to fall in your lap, because the whole idea of like just trading to go get someone is exactly what you were talking about earlier. 805 is like, we're giving up our future, and I know, I debate with a lot of people, like everyone's like, we should have traded up this past year. And I know a lot of people still think that, but like, I'm one of the few that still don't think it would have been wise to back ourselves in a corner. Yeah, we would have had a quarterback, but I'm just not big on trading up. Honestly, I'm just not. But I don't know, man. I just
not in the first round unless you are one player away.
Unless you're one player away.
You know who else? Who else is going to be in next year's draft class? Nico Amiliava.
Nah, he's too young.
Next year. This is second year. So next year he'll be draft eligible.
He's a sophomore? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him. Yeah,
man,
he'll be draft eligible.
Ohio State was on his neck yesterday, though. He was trying. He was trying to do his thing.
Hey, my boy had a game too.
Yeah.
Travion.
Oh yeah, no, he was. Yeah, he did his thing. He did his thing.
Hey, Jared, for sure, man. I appreciate you coming in the building, man. Always good seeing you as well. Remember, guys, we got a ton of people in the building. If you guys do got a question, I want to hit that hashtag.
Well, why draft the quarterback next year, guys? We can wait until the year after and get baby Mahomes.
Baby Mahomes.
All right. Or I mean, does
man.
Patrick Mahomes have a son? Because you wait like 20 years, like he may be.
God damn it, Severe.
Like,
Really
I mean, hey, Severe, can your boy throw the ball?
Exactly right. It's my son. Hey, my son's like he's 5. He'll be 6. All right, y'all only got to wait like 16 years. All right,
God
16 years.
Severe, dude, stop. Hey, Severe, stop pissing off.
My son's gonna be like 6'4".
Right?
My son's gonna be 6'4", 220-ish. You know what I'm saying.
With an attitude.
Exactly
With an
right.
attitude. Without severe sarcasm. He's gonna have an attitude.
Nah, he gonna have that.
No, so I mean, look, that's kind of where I think, when it comes to the quarterback, look, like us now being at 6 has just, our leverage is gone. If you want to, the best part about being at number 1 or number 2 is you have the option now. You can pick a quarterback, or you can drop back, and now you can acquire 2, 3 first-round draft picks, maybe 1 or 2 second-round draft picks. Like, now you have the control. And now at number 6, yeah, you're basically picking best player available, and hopefully it's the best player available to the position that you need. You might be getting second best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's where we sit.
People look at Brock Bowers and think like, oh, we could just do that again. Like, you don't, like, that was a very
generational
special situation, right? If 6 quarterbacks don't go in the first 12 picks, we don't get Brock Bowers.
That's a
right?
fact.
We don't get him. So like that rarely happens. Rarely do you get a guy that good. So the fact that this is a quote unquote weak quarterback class, because there's not as many guys that are top prospects, that only serves to hurt us. Because first of all, we need a quarterback. So there are less guys that are really worth being drafted in that top 10. And since there are less quarterbacks worth being drafted in the top 10, if you don't draft a quarterback, that means other teams are drafting those other players at other positions. So that weakens the draft pick you have at 6 even further. So like, it's a lose-lose situation here. Lose-lose.
And we're not, honestly, a lot of people sit there and go, we're 1 player away. We're not 1 player away.
Not even close, man.
Unless that player is a high-level quarterback. That's the only way.
Even then.
Even then, Manning was, and it took him a while.
Yeah.
Even then, we still need, in my opinion, I think we still need a true number 1 receiver. We need a number 1 receiver to play opposite of Jacoby Myers. I think Brock Bowers in itself is going to be a hell of a stud, and an athlete moving forward for us. But we can still use
guards. We need
guard. You know what I'm saying? And so,
running back at some point.
And it's not just that; it's also the defensive side. Jack Jones now has proven he may not even be a number 2. To be dead honest, I mean,
that's true.
We now are either relying on Jacorian Bennett, or we better hope DC Richardson can kind of have a decent offseason and start to kind of progress into a decent number 2. Like, that's the biggest thing. So, again, real quick, guys. Again, for everybody in the chat, I was driving, so I was just listening to the game, so I couldn't watch it this time around. Coming into town for the holidays. Before I ask my question, cool cat, appreciate you coming to the building. Always good seeing you.
Okay.
How did DC Richardson look?
Yeah,
I mean, like a rookie cornerback. Like a rookie cornerback, he wasn't horrible, but I'm not like going into this offseason like, I'm looking forward to DC being like the number 2 cornerback opposite of Jacorian, Like we already told you, Jack Jones got beat for 2 touchdowns. Mac just missed the first one. Just the first one. He got beat for that first one, and Mac Jones missed him. He got beat again, and he was so wide open that like Mac damn near couldn't miss. It was impossible to miss him on that second one. So it was just we need another corner.
Yeah, to me, like when I look at DCam, he kind of reminds me, like, he shows flashes, but he almost reminds me of like how Tyler Hall looked that one year. Remember, like Tyler Hall or even Sam Webb? It's like they flash, like they might be all right, but then once they really got on the field, it's like you are who you are. So it's that's kind of he gives me those vibes.
I got you. I feel you. Hey, Chris, man, you were the one on Jacorian Bennett. You're a huge on Jacorian Bennett throughout the offseason, saying that he was going to kind of have a breakout year. You know what I'm saying? Like, which he did. So, and And Jacob
I don't have that same confidence in DCam. I don't. I don't.
I feel you. Jake Peterson Telesco's a hard ass, and he'll not trade up unless Mark.
Yeah, he's not trading up.
He doesn't trade. And I don't know if it's being a hard ass. Honestly, it's just he strategically really works his way around the draft, and so, and he proved it last year. He did a hell of a job. It's the first time in many years that we've been able to say that we nailed our first three draft picks, and so I'll definitely give him the benefit of the doubt, 100%. And then Assassin's Creed pitching the bill, and Cam Moore needs to get mentally or persona on correct. No more slow starts. Yeah, he had some slow starts. I'm with you on that. Dixon Saturday, Bill, and I appreciate you, man. Might as well beat the Saints at this point too. I'm telling you, we beat the Saints, man. We might drop big, and at that point, man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
What's his name had a good comment.
Which one's it?
And I did forget about this. R. Jenkins, just regarding that the Jags and Titans do play each other. So that could, I ain't gonna lie, it don't matter. The Jags understand what they're doing, and they're doing it to a T. Yeah. They're doing it to a T, and the Giants are doing it to a T. So it really.
The Giants made sure they lose. They got rid of Daniel Jones. They're like, look, bro, we didn't want you on the team. We don't want you risking trying to win. Come out here and win no game. Like, he could be playing. He would have played yesterday. He would have played yesterday or the week or last week for sure too. So it's like they like, look, we'll get you off the roster.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Man. They look, SS hashtag
like the way my man Mac Jones. Well, I'm talking about, it was methodically. I mean, it was like a thing of art. The way he would go hashtag SS.
It's poetic, man. It was damn near poetry in motion to watch.
Poetry in motion.
So I'm listening to it, right? And the amount of times that I'm hearing that Mac Jones is just overthrowing wide open receivers. Was it that bad?
I didn't even try,
bro. He was out there like like it was a punt, pass, and kick competition, bro. He was out there like just like he gets points for distance or something like that. Like he was out there shit. Like it made no sense.
Here's the thing, and this is J-Dog209. I appreciate you. Hunter and Genty on the board at 6. Like what happened? What do you choose?
Hunter ain't going to Hunter. Who?
Oh. Yeah, Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden might be there at 6. That's about it.
Hunter who? Like Travis Hunter is not, bro. Travis is not making it past 3.
Yeah,
so if he doesn't get drafted at 3, somebody's gonna move up and take him at 3. So like,
this is where it becomes interesting because the amount of people that want Gentry, it now kind of puts his name back in there. Not saying I would, but I'm just saying that now if Gentry's still sitting there at 6. Do you think if Tom Telesco does go best player available again? I got to kind of look through and just now that we're possibly sitting at 6, just trying to go through and look at just kind of how it could play out. But if Gentry's sitting there at 6, now all of a sudden his name kind of gets thrown into the pot. A lot of people are high on Gentry, and we all know we need a running back. I'm not a big guy on picking running backs early. I am not. But kind of throws the name out there. So, J-Dog, I appreciate the question. Severe, what's your thoughts? If we're sitting at 6 and Gentry's on the board, would you pull the trigger?
No. I'm not drafting. I'm not driving a running back in the. I'm not driving a running back in the first round. Let alone top. What? Why? I'm not driving a running back.
Not after the way we did Josh Jacobs. Are you kidding? I would lose my.
It's not even that, right? But first of all, like I don't think we have the necessary scheme to even have a running back be successful in this scheme. You know, first of all, like look at the difference between Joe Mixon last year with the Bengals and Joe Mixon this year in Cincinnati. Look at the difference between Josh Jacobs, the first 12 games he played last year with us, and this year with Green Bay. It's scheme and it's personnel as well as the back. You have to have those things in place. And then the back makes sense, right? Like Saquon Barkley went off for like 200 something yards today. Like, and they lost, still lost. Why? Because the quarterback on the other team played better than the quarterback on his team. And they have AJ Brown. They have Devontae Smith. And you know, they have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. They have weapons. They have weapons out wide. And they still lost to the team with their better quarterback.
He got hurt though.
The running back
to their defense though. To their defense.
I'm talking about Kenny. Well, yeah, I'm saying Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
so
Kenny Pickett. Yeah, he
exactly. So Kenny Pickett couldn't beat. Kenny Pickett is an AOC level player. He's an Aiden O'Connell level player.
You gonna make people mad with that?
He's an Aiden O'Connell level player.
You gonna make people mad with that?
Kenny Pickett got drafted in the first round for a reason.
Let me scroll back to the comments real quick.
So like they're in that same tier. They're all in that same tier. But Jaden played, despite their running back fumbling twice.
No, I'm with you. So the question, and I agree with you. You got quarterback outplaying a running back. The question would be: is it sitting at 6? Is there a quarterback you take in front of Gentry? I know you're saying you wouldn't take Gentry. Period. I wouldn't either. I don't like running backs, but I don't even know if there's a quarterback. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I'd pick a quarterback at 6 at that point. Honestly, there's nobody that I'd like.
Who's QB3 at this point?
There's nobody that I'd like in the first.
Who? Ewers and Milrow. Ewers and Milrow. Unless
they're not 6. Like
Carson Beck's probably not the first runner anymore. Yeah, no, neither one of them taking at 6. So I mean, at this point, if we're at 6, we're likely it's. I mean, if Mason Graham is there, maybe you take Mason Graham and you let Adam Butler walk, and you have a young guy in the interior defense to kind of pair with Max Crosby. Teteroa McMillan, we need a number 1 wide receiver. He's probably the best receiver.
Probably be my pick.
Probably the best receiver in his draft. So I mean, like those are the guys we'll end up with. But I don't think Teteroa McMillan is like he's not a better prospect than Brock Bowers. And we see what what difference has Brock Bowers made? Like he hasn't, he's having a hell of a year, and we've won 3 games. So
that would probably be my pick, honestly, at number 6. If we were to stick at 6 and make a pick, that'd probably be my pick at this point.
But it's pointless without a quarterback.
I agree.
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
That would probably be.
I just don't know if he's like I said, he don't give me that feel of a top 10 quarterback that's like going to make a difference. Like he don't give me that Malik Neighbors feel.
No.
Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like
you don't even give me that Brian Thomas feel.
Right.
So, but real quick, guys, Mac, I appreciate you coming in the building, and Jeremy, all right, I'll give it to you. Whatever. All right, that's your last comment. Damn it. But
y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Y'all saying it right.
Hey, look,
you guys understand.
Yeah. I can't get mad at someone that
well played.
That's a chess player right there. You guys are playing chess, man.
So here's the thing though, Jeremy, Tanner Jack appreciates coming. Bill Sanders will be a giant.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for somebody, because whether you like them or not, it ain't us no more. That's all I gotta say.
Now you talking about he will be like a New York Giant.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. But there's reports saying he ain't want to go there. But we'll see. We'll see kind of how it plays out. So I appreciate everybody in the building, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button wherever you're at, subscribe, turn them notifications on, so you guys know when we do go live. But let's go into the stats. We'll do the stats real quick. Let's kind of break them down again. I wasn't able to watch the game, just listening as I was driving. And so let me throw this up, and Chris, I'll let you take over the controls, and we'll kind of just take a look at the stats real quick and roll through it. So Chris, I'll let you roll with it because you got the controls.
Yeah. So you're just kind of looking at the passing. My man Mac Jones. I mean, actually on paper, and that makes it even worse. Like on paper, it don't even look like he played all that bad. I mean, his passer rating is higher than Aiden O'Connell's, but he was 25 for 39.
People talking that
literally on purpose, he missed another 100 yards worth of passing yards on purpose.
Still through for 247.
Easy.
And how many picks should we have had? I just listening to it, I thought we should have picked off at least 2 passes potentially.
Probably. Aiden O'Connell could have had like 2 picks. I mean,
maybe
it was some passes that went off Brock's hands that, like, we were fortunate. Like Jaguar players almost had to like purposely run away from the ball for them not to get picks off them deflections, because it was like,
let me see if I can.
Okay, hold on. Let me as you do. Let me address this one real quick because I have
some boneless wings in the back for From Myra.
Yeah, for Myra.
Art Jenkins said, my question for all three of you, what is the real reason you think some are down on Shedeur as a high prospect, and where the hell did this baggage narrative come from? I'll give my opinion first.
Okay.
Because I've watched 6 games of Shedeur Sanders at this point right now. Let's do this. I don't think that he is going to be, he's not a number 1 draft. He's not a number 1 overall pick. I don't even think he's a top 5, maybe not even top 10. That's just, I don't think he is. One, because I can go in a lot of different directions. I think he thinks he's more athletic than he is. He does not scramble well at all. I don't like his decision-making when he has the football. I think the offense the offensive coordinator there, Schumer, right?
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator there. I don't think his offense prepares him for the league. He's got a 74% completion rating. Great. When you throw 80% screens, that you're going to have a high completion rating. Like that's kind of where that comes from. I don't. When I watch him, I think that a lot of his success is just coming off of screens and dump passes. He pushes the ball downfield sometimes, but again, he's got the Heisman Trophy winner. That's the hard part. Now, do I think he's going to be a humble kid coming into the league? I do. I don't think Dion and all that stuff is going to really be too much of an issue. A lot of people talk about, he's an egomaniac. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
I think when your dad is literally one of the best NFL players to ever play the game, he humbles your ass very quickly. And so just watching his decision-making, I don't like his decision-making, especially when he gets into trouble. He tries to get himself out of it, and he can't scramble well. And I'm telling you, and he's not playing SEC defenses or top-tier defenses. He's playing defenses that you can times that speed that he's seeing by 3 when he gets to the NFL. And I just don't think the transition is going to be there. So, that's just on me. Could we get him in the second round? I think he could be, pull the trigger on him in the second round. I just don't see him as a top pick in the NFL draft. That's why I'm not on him at all. That's just my opinion. He asked the question to all 3 of us. So, Chris, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. For me, man, it's not necessarily the baggage that comes with it. Now, it's true. I think that Dion could be an obstacle because if things don't go well, I think he would be at the point where, he would try to move and shake some things or whatever if he felt his son wasn't being treated right or if the media doesn't come at him correctly or whatever, that he'll be a protective father. I'm not tripping on that too much. But as far as him having off the field issues or him not being humble or anything like that, I don't think that's the case at all. Me personally, I just think that as far as throwing the ball, I just think that Cam Ward can physically throw the ball better than Shedeur. I think
Cam Ward's arm talent is impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he has a stronger arm. People try to act like Shedeur is just super pinpoint accurate. Shedeur can throw the ball. He seems to be pretty accurate when guys are wide open. I've seen him thread the needle some, but like you said, I don't know if he can do it on top defenses. I just feel like Cam just throws the ball better. So that's it. So that's my thing. Because if we didn't get Cam Ward and we got Shedeur, I could live with it. But to me, Cam is just better. But Sanders is I don't think he's going to be a problem off the field. I don't think, I think he's been in the limelight long enough. Because people forget he grew up being on a reality show. Exactly. The cameras aren't going to be too big for him. He's going to know how to act in Vegas. So I'm not worried about that piece.
Yeah, and I'm with you. The only thing that, when they brought all the talent over to Colorado, my biggest thing is the one, and maybe I'm comparing him to Cam Ward because Cam Ward, he's now proven that he can learn multiple systems. When it comes to Shedeur Sanders, he's been able to kind of work with the same system with Schumer. Now, Schumer was new, but he's worked with Schumer in the past, in the off seasons. So he understood kind of what the offense was going to be coming into it, and then he had a safety blanket, which was Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Like that's his safety blanket. Where Cam Ward came into a brand new system, learned a completely different system, and had to gain chemistry with brand new receivers, which is extremely hard to do, and he didn't skip a beat. So that's why I really like Cam Ward. I think you can mold him to what you need him to be, and he can adapt to a system much better than Shedeur Sanders. Again, that's just my take. Severe, what's your thoughts on it?
So I guess my question is Shedeur any more cocky than Joe Burrow was when he was coming to LSU? Is he any more cocky than Jackson Dart is at Ole Miss? Yeah. Is he any more cocky than, was the way Matt Leinart was or any of these other guys? Is he
Baker Mayfield? Baker.
Yeah.
Is
he, Baker Mayfield was wilding. Oh, wilding.
Wow.
Any more cocky than any of the, so why is it that he's going to be a problem off the field? But I didn't hear people outside, and the only person I really heard it about is Johnny Manziel, and we know Johnny Manziel was on a whole different level.
He was a different cat.
Whole different level. That's a whole different level.
So why don't we hear these same character concerns about these other quarterbacks? What's the difference? One of these things is not like the other, right? So that right there. And then just in terms of quarterback prospect, I mean, I said it, in the chat with Chris and rundown. He's a big Shedeur guy. I've said, like Cam Ward has come from being a 0-star recruit, right? Started at what was it, Stony Mountain?
Incarnate World or Incarnate World or whatever. I don't even know where that is.
Right. Going. Then he went to Wazoo. Had to learn a completely different system there in a different conference with different head coach. Then he goes to the ACC. Different coach, different conference, different offense, and he's been able to have success. Not only have success, but get better at each stop. Right. That there are certain limitations that Shedeur has physically that Cam Ward doesn't have. But with that being said, when you are the son of Deion Sanders and you are playing football, you are constantly a target, right? Constantly a target. Anytime you go out there, you are not Shedeur Sanders, until recently. Now he has his own name. But for his entire life, he's not been Shedeur Sanders. That's Deion Sanders' son. We're going to make our name off of Deion Sanders' son. So think about that. Think about the kind of pressure. Like, think about this. Bo Nix had to leave Auburn because he couldn't live up to his father, Patrick Nix. Who the fuck is Patrick Nix? Nobody knows that fuck. Nobody knows that dude. He couldn't live up to Patrick Nix. So he had to transfer out of Auburn because he couldn't stand the pressure of playing for the same school that his father, Patrick Nix, played for. So that's what Shedeur is dealing with. So in terms of like mental toughness, fortitude, leadership, all that stuff, he has all the intangibles. Takes a beating every single game, gets back up. I don't think he's missed a game yet. So all that stuff is there. I just think there are physical limitations that limits what he can be in the NFL. So that's why I prefer Cam, but I would not be mad if we got Shedeur.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pick up one comment because M85 appreciate the bill. We ain't getting either at this point.
Facts.
We'll leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? We got 6, and we got what?
That sip has sailed today.
It's gone. It's gone.
Water under the bridge.
We gotta see what's up to our guy Billy Davis in the building. I appreciate you, man.
Billy Davis with the fitted and the button up on, brother.
Exactly.
Dang.
Chris, real talking service.
Looking it. I like it. Then Jeff, Red Boosters, appreciate you coming up, man. Good seeing you in here.
What's up, Jeff?
So, all right, man. Sorry. We had to answer that question, and I'll leave it at that. We're at 6. We're out of reach of Shedeur and Cam at this point. So, Chris, back to your controls with the stats. Let's make it work.
Yeah, man. So just kind of looking at the offense for Jacksonville, 247, 1 touchdown. He got sacked once. Aiden O'Connell, 24 for 38, 257, no touchdowns, no interceptions, got sacked twice, but my man got away from some sacks. I saw
Heard he
Mike
was moving
Vick
a little
out
bit.
there. He had the longest run of the game for the Raiders but he made that 13.
Am I gonna have to chop up the film to look at Michael Vick?
Oh, you are talking about sweet feet.
Oh man,
Mumford may not
We're
be
bringing
sweet feet no more.
Man,
But honestly, that one play where he got out of that 3rd and long and scrambled and
the one he threw to Abdullah.
Yeah,
and that was a hell of a catch by Abdullah too.
Hell of a catch, hell of a throw. I'm looking at Aiden like, now that's nice. Now when I'm not in Tank SS, that's what I want to see.
Exactly.
That's what I want to see when I'm not in Tank SS, man. Oh, but that was but yeah, so that's kind of how the passing game looks. Running, Tank Bigsby, he was actually doing pretty well. He fumbled, got a touchdown.
Yeah.
ETN 9 for 22. So he
wasn't. So how was ETN looking? Because I was hearing that he was just
not great.
He was just having a rough day.
Yeah, he wasn't doing nothing, man. Yeah,
9 for 22 was a rough day, but I thought he was going to be the tough one.
And honestly, there was a couple plays where I don't know if it was a catch or whatever it was, but he had the ball in space where he was 1-on-1 with a guy, and I'm like, he about to take some ankles, and
the ankles.
Yeah, like
ankles still intact.
yeah, like Diablo or somebody made an open field tackle. I'm like, this team, man,
bro,
I love them, but golly.
Hey, I will say this though. There was a few times when they were going to a commercial break, or like between, like when they go to like the broadcaster speaking, you can see him like on an iPad, like sitting next to Tank Bigsby, like coaching Tank Bigsby up. So
yeah,
he was or maybe he was telling him like, look, what I need you to do right here is run up the middle. They're gonna hit you. Just drop the ball. just drop the ball. Just drop it immediately.
Yeah. Looking at the running game for us, Amir Abdullah 7 carries, 38 yards. Madison 12 carries, 27 yards. Neither one of them.
It sounded like Amir Abdullah was getting some work, not only on the ground but also in the passing game. It looked like he was getting a couple catches and doing some work.
I can't for the life of me think of why. Like why is Dylan Lobby not playing? why is Dylan Lobby not playing?
Yeah, they have no faith. Why isn't he?
Why is Alexander Madison getting 12 carries? For what reason?
This is a time where Lobby should be playing. Tyreek McAllister should be playing.
Yes.
Let's see what we got in Tyreek McAllister.
Hashtag SS.
It's like, come on, man.
Coaching staff just don't know the assignment. That's what we're saying.
Like Alexander Madison, like we know what he is. Like we know if he had a line, he could probably still be a productive back in the NFL. We know what he is, but we have no clue what our guys like Josh Clay, Christopher Smith. Why was he not playing? Daggone Trey Taylor.
Amari Gainer.
Yeah, Gainer. Yeah, it's just I just don't get it, man. Like this is the time you need to see who we got, man.
And talking about
somebody said we cut McAllister. I didn't know we cut him. I thought he was on practice squad. I thought he was on practice squad.
Practice squad.
And Tim Jackson, man, I appreciate you with the super chat, man. Appreciate the super chat. You said, "What's good, Raider Nation? It'd be crazy if we took Gentry at 6." I agree. It would be actually kind of crazy. Again, I'm just not a big, running back first round type of guy. But at this point, sitting at 6,
especially because we know we're not going to sign him 4 years later. Well, actually, so 4 years later, we're not going to sign him anyway.
But we're not going to too far-fetched.
So no.
It wouldn't be too far-fetched only because if we're sitting at 6, Tom Telesco wants to go with best player available, he might think he's the best player available. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched. I'm just saying, based on what Tom Telesco likes to do.
The thing about running backs is that, I said it before, they only work if everywhere on your team, you're sold up everywhere else, right? That's why
the line,
that's why the Lions can draft a Jahmyr Gibbs. That's what they needed, right? That's what they needed. That's why Falcons are going Falcon, and you got Bijan. But Bijan was considered the best overall player in that draft.
Bijan's a dog, though. Bijan's a dog, and he don't have to come off the field, but they got another guy behind him.
And he's a guy you can split out wide, and he can like Bijan was such a good receiver. He would probably be like a second, third round pick if he was just a receiver.
Facts.
Yeah. I'm telling you. And there's always that player that is that generational talent in every single draft. Now, we got Brock Bowers. That was Brock Bowers last year. Bijan Robinson. You know what I'm saying? That was the year before. Ryan Evans, I appreciate you coming through with the super chat. This is the Raiders will always Raider. Yes, they will.
That's what I mean.
That's what I was thinking in the back of my head this entire game as I'm listening to it, driving. I'm just sitting there going like, we're going to pull this off. We're going to.
Honestly, I saw it early. I saw we were in our group chat. We already knew what it was in the first quarter.
Yeah, man.
Just the.
I'm just listening to it. I'm not actually watching it. I'm just sitting there going, damn, like it's going to happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, all eyes on Gia, man. I appreciate you coming through as well. LS, man, appreciate you. Super chat again. Winning today is like finding out your girl set up a threesome. The other girl did.
Oh, man. That is the comment of the year.
Yes. I got something for you, honey. What?
Damn.
Damn, man.
LS, man, I appreciate that one. Appreciate that. 100%. That was a good one.
That's funny.
Yeah. So let's look at the receivers, man. How we do receiving wise?
Somebody asked Darnold or Fields. Suicide. Suicide.
Steve Jones.
Suicide is my option right there.
Shout out Steve.
I'm not a Fields guy. Sam Darnold way too expensive. I'm not a Fields guy. But the thing about Fields is like, look.
I can't lie. Out of them two, I'm taking Fields. I'm
taking Fields because it's cheap. That's it.
And then Samir gonna put his hat down. We ain't gonna see him.
I can't do it. I'm starting Jacoby Myers at quarterback.
But he's on the cheap, but at the same time, it's like I'm not expecting much if it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be on the cheap, and I'll expect 6 wins tops.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
So, take of the night. Yes, Myra G. Yes, it was. That was the take of the night.
Yeah, that was funny.
Receivers. Damn, Brian Thomas Jr. Even after all of that, still got a $132.
Yeah,
he could have had over 200.
Have more. Should have had 200.
Yeah.
Today was a 200 game. It was a 200. He had that long at 62.
Yeah, that's the one he beat.
13 targets. Yeah, he was getting busy. He was getting busy.
And all 4 of those targets, all those were misses. Those were bad.
Yeah.
Where he was open, and they just missed them.
Yeah. So I mean, Parker Washington, he had a decent game. But besides that, it was
pretty nasty.
On our end, it was all Brock. Brock was getting busy. Busy. That's all.
Brock had 13 targets. He had 13 targets and 11 receptions. The only 2 that weren't receptions, he just dropped them. He just had 2 drops.
Yeah. Yep.
He would have been 13 for like 120.
In the past, and I'll say this comment, but Anthony Provencio, I appreciate you, and we won, which helps us out not draft Sanders. I'm not a Sanders fan. We just talked about it. But yes. Here's my question: is when we did our breakdown of the game film last week, the one thing that I'm not seeing out of Sanders is we're not running any pick routes, any rub routes. We're just not getting creative. Did the offense look very vanilla again?
Same. It was the same.
Was it the same?
Nah, it's some stuff early on. We did some stuff like we had something early in the game to Brock where it's like a kind of a rub route. We also had like another one later on, I think, where Terrace Marshall got called for offensive pass interference. It was like a rub route. So that they tried to do some stuff where they like isolated Brock or got him open, but we did some stupid stuff too. Like we tried to do like a reverse. I don't know if it's another reverse or if it's another reverse pass that got.
Yeah, I heard about that reverse. I heard
this stuff, man. Like
lost 10 yards.
Yeah. I was like,
I heard it didn't work well.
These idiots is about to lose this game. They about to take all the wind out of ourselves. I appreciate that, and then the Jaguars were like, hold my beer.
Jacoby only got two catches.
Which is very surprising because I thought Aiden Collins would come out and just fire at.
He usually does.
Yeah, he usually does.
So and Trey Tucker had 2.
Jack Jones gave up 100 by himself. Double
not
move,
lying.
damn it.
That's not lying, man.
Yeah, no.
Jack Jones knew the assignment.
He did, man. He did.
So looking at defense, well, so okay, as far as turnovers, looks like Trayvon Mark, he got a fumble. Thomas Harper got a
fumble recovery. Isaiah Palomar caused both fumbles. Ironically.
Yeah, that one was a beautiful. He came up. I ain't gonna lie, he came up and hit old buddy and made him fall. So
he led us in tackles too.
Yeah, 11 total, 7 solo for Isaiah. Did his thing. Spillane did his thing.
Was it Isaiah throwing some punches towards the tail end of the game?
Huh?
I heard there was some extracurricular activities towards
those two guys pushing around. I think he was up in there. Yeah. I mean, Spillane played well. Trayvon Moore, I mean, in the box, he does his thing, man. He does his thing.
Yeah. K'Lavon Chasen played well. K'Lavon Chasen almost had a pick.
Almost had another pick.
That's the only reason.
Honestly, it should have been a pick. I think it was a pick and a fumble. It should have been, honestly.
I don't think he completed the process. It was too quick. If he would have tucked it and fumbled it, because it was kind of out there and he was trying to tuck it.
Yeah, he had, but I feel like he was running though. I feel like
he was trying to run. But he was trying to, like they count that as like the process of the catch. So that's the only reason I'm like kind of cool. I would say cool, but I have mixed feelings about this game because I know K'Lavon wanted this game bad. I know. Bad.
So Chris, check this out. I'm driving out of Vegas, right? And it was last second. So as soon as I get out of Nevada state lines, I can't bet anymore on my app. And I was going to place a bet. I'm driving. I'm like, I completely forgot. I was going to place a bet
that he'll
on
get
the
a sack.
Over that he gets a sack, at least one sack.
Oh, he was flying around.
Man, I was pissed. I didn't get the bet in. But real quick, you're Raider, man. I appreciate the super chat,
Raider,
man.
my guy, Youngstown. What up?
That. Said, Merry Christmas, fellas. The Raiders ruined my day, but Bucky Irving just scored a TD for my parlay.
There you go.
Big to you, man. I got screwed in my parlay today, but our guy Chris up top,
me.
He did it. He's the parlay king, man. I'll tell you right now. That's what he do. I love it. Hey, huge on parlays. Love it, man. Love to hear it. And I appreciate the super chat as well, man. Appreciate you coming up. So, I mean, defensively, obviously, only held to 14 points. But in my opinion, again, I'm just listening to it as I'm driving. But it sounded like it was more the Jags beat themselves and knew the assignment than us actually beating them. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like how many third downs do we convert? 1 or 2 the entire game? Like
we could see it.
We can see it. I think we converted like 1 or 2.
Go
like
to,
we got team stats.
Team stats.
Yeah. 1 or 2 the entire game, maybe. I know we were 0 for like 8 at one point.
Third down official.
Oh, we got 4. 4 for 14. 4 for 14.
Yeah.
I know we were 0 for like 8 at one point. So I think maybe late we start. I mean, we had that one drive where we converted a few of them. The go ahead touchdown drive actually.
21 first downs. That's good for us.
We got 21 first downs. No shit. All right. Yeah.
Let's see. Where's time of possession? I feel like we have. Let's see, because
time of possession is usually at the bottom. Towards the bottom.
Yeah. How about to say? We seem like we have the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, they had them down. They had them turnovers. That's basically what
that was it. The because even I feel like after because that one turnover, I felt like it was after something that the Jaguars were doing good. They were getting ready to get some momentum. Maybe they had a big stop on defense, and then they got the ball, and then they like fumbled 3 plays later or something like that.
The one Tank Bixby broke off a big run. I thought he might be about to house it. He got hit from like behind or from the side. And fumbled.
Yeah. So I'm like,
what was our conversions on third down?
Our third down,
4 for 14.
We're 4 for 4 for 14. They were 6 for 15.
Yeah, all 4 of those probably came in the like fourth quarter. I bet you.
Yeah, especially that one with like I said, with Aiden. Yeah, when Aiden, I'm telling you, he broke tackles and was running. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I thought he's about to get. I thought when I saw it happen, I'm like, this motherfucker about to throw an interception. He was like falling backwards, throwing. He threw it up there, lobbed it, and Abdullah just went up there and made a clean grab. I was like, oh God, Abdullah. Man, you going out? You ended your NFL career with a bang, brother. I'm proud of you.
He said, "It is career." So that man, it was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah, because again, me just listening to it, it just seemed like it was nothing but us scratching and fighting, but the Jags just understand what they needed to do.
Oh yeah,
and it was drop passes, overthrows, jumping off sides, all that stuff. They did what they needed to do to basically win that football game.
Man, it was one. They jumped off sides twice in a row.
Oh my God! 4 penalties in a row.
Bro, and it was like we had just. I think we had just had a penalty.
We just have back to back? Yeah. We just have back to back penalties?
We had a penalty to kind of put ourselves behind the sticks.
Yeah.
Art Armstead was like, hell no. It's like, I got y'all, bro. Don't worry. But he looked over to Doug Peterson and gave him the thumbs up. Like, bro, you like an NFL vet. He's been in the league like 10 years, bro. Like you lined up offsides twice in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, when I'm hearing that, I'm sitting there going, when that went down, and I'm hearing that, I'm sitting there going, like, come on. The Jags can't show it more that they're just fucking like they know what they're trying to do with this game.
Yeah, it was bad.
So we're completely different. So all right, cool. Is that good with the stats?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Sure, the stats, because I think what we're gonna do is Anthony Provincial, man. You're saying I'm still down to trade back.
For who?
That's the
Who's
thing.
Gonna want to trade up though? It takes 2 to tango.
Yeah, nobody's.
Like, I agree.
I'm down for 3. So I need 2 girls, one with me. Like,
I'm gonna put this in sequence.
One of them not my cousin.
I know somebody's mom that would do it, but I'm not gonna bring him up. I'm not gonna bring him up.
Hey, I don't want your sloppy seconds. Your sloppy 16th.
Right. John B in the house.
John B is in the house.
Awesome.
Hey,
this is the greatest rivalry in sports history.
I haven't seen my guy yet. So
here.
It was Miguel.
That is the greatest rivalry in sports. Chris and John B is there needs to be a 30 for 30 on Chris and John B.
It wouldn't last long, man. Trust me.
But here, this is what we're gonna do, because Anthony may say I'm still just down to trade back, and then we got the other one. Appreciate you coming through, black and gray. Great. You're saying yes, a win. We don't play for picks. Okay, so we're gonna kind of work this a little bit.
What are you playing for now?
And so we're gonna work this, but before we do, man, I appreciate everybody in the building. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I got Chris Show podcast as well as the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. We try to hit you guys after the game, and we do some game film in the middle of the week. We break down the game film, and so just make sure you hit that notification bell so you guys know when we break that down. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe wherever you're at, and go to all 3 channels, man. It definitely helps us, and we definitely appreciate it. But let's break this down, because you're saying trade back, because we're sitting at number 6 now. You're saying trade back, collect equity, and black and gray out. You're saying yes, yes, and a win. We don't play for picks. At this point in Severe, I'll let you respond first, since you kind of went after it. What are we playing for at this point? That's the biggest thing. There's the only thing we play for right now is a draft position. That is it. And now that we sit at 6, we've lost all leverage on trading back and acquiring additional picks, like either or just pick the quarterback and or acquiring additional picks. Severe, I'll let you address that first. Go for it.
Yeah, man. What are we playing for now? What do these wins do? You know, like it's like to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside, like you just drank some hot cocoa on Christmas Eve. Like what are these wins for? They're not doing anything, man. These runs are like counter to what the goal of the goal of the team is, to be as good as possible And these wins aren't helping us be as good as possible going forward. It may
not
make you
now,
feel,
if not now, for the future.
exactly.
For the future, you want to set yourself up.
And right now, these wins, they do nothing for us. Like, we've won 3 games, so great. We're 10 games out of the playoffs now. With 2 games to go, you know, like we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere right now. We're in neutral right now with our foot on the pedal. Like, you ain't, you know, you're not getting yourself out of this hole that you're in by winning these games. It's, you know, you want the best draft pick as possible. If not to be able to pick whomever you choose, then to have the ability to trade back and acquire as many assets as possible, and then pick whomever you choose with all of those other assets. Right now at 6, there's not a player on the board that people are going to be pining to trade up for. There's not a guy there, right? There's 4 or 5 guys in this draft, like 4 maybe, right? 4 guys in this draft, for sure 3, Cam, Shedeur, Travis, for sure those 3. Maybe, you know, maybe people really high on Mason Grant, like maybe. I don't see anybody really moving up for him. But other than that, there's not these guys that you want to trade up for, right? Like there's not going to, so we're not going to be able to trade back. This is like when we had the number 4 overall pick and we end up having to draft Cleveland Farrell. There's nobody we wanted to trade back. We pounded the phones and nobody was going to move up for Cleveland Farrell. Nobody was going to move up for Ed Oliver. Nobody was going to move up for Josh Allen.
Yeah, right? I'm about to say, and there was still dogs on the board that year too.
Some dogs.
Because honestly, Ed Oliver was getting a lot of talk, a lot of recognition, at least.
But he went to Houston, so nobody's like,
but at least people was talking about him. They were like, he could be the next guy.
Because he was destroying, like he was in the Heisman race at one point as a defensive tackle. Like, you know, so like that's how much of a dog. So like nobody's gonna be moving up for these guys. Like it's not gonna happen. So it just doesn't make it like smart people are, oh, this is not, you want to win every single game. Like, no, what smart people, smart businesses do, they understand when something is a loss, and then they do what they can to recoup off of those losses. That's why you hear about these major movie producing or like movie producing companies, like, well, they'll film a movie, pay all the actors, and then they never release the movie so they can recoup money from the insurance rather than release the movie and see it bomb. Because they're smart. They're like, we're not going to release this movie, even though we spent all this money on it. We're just going to get our money back from the insurance rather than release the movie. We've already spent all the money on it, but why release it when we know it's not going to do well? Why win these games when you're not going anywhere? That's throwing bad money after good. Like, it makes no sense.
So that's a very good point. And because we brought it up, black and gray, how you're saying jobs and pride. Okay, look, here's the thing. There's a big difference. These coaches and players, 100%, they're playing for their jobs. That's what they're playing for, right? There's a big difference between the players and the coaches and what they're doing and what is right for the future of the team. Like, these players are now playing individual ball. They are trying to put a highlight reel on to make sure that they either are re-signed by the Raiders or they're brought on by somebody else. Like,
making a highlight
individual ball.
They're making a highlight
individual ball.
Yep.
Exactly. And so that's very different. Jobs and pride are very different than what strategically the team needs to do in order to better their position for the future. 2 very different things. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what I want to put out there. And Chris, I'm going to throw it to you in just a second. But first, Ryan Edwards, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming through. Happy holidays. Make sure you check in back with us. Again, we try to hit you guys after the game, and we also try to hit you during the week, do some film breakdown. So definitely appreciate you, man. Happy holidays to you and everybody else in the chat. But happy holidays to you, and I appreciate you 100%. But Chris, I'm going to throw it to you, man. Again, comments about it's all about wins. It's about pride. What's your thoughts on just us winning this game and what that means for our future, man? What's your thoughts?
No, for sure. Like, and again, I feel I can speak, very intimately about this because, again, I've been on record saying how much I'm against tanking, and people that are saying the very same things that I'm saying right now. on record. So, the fact that, I have to back off that square and just keep it real that, at some point, man, we have to look at the future. We can't just sit here and, look at the now. And like Severe says, anyone that is good in business, any good manager and leadership, you're not thinking about right now. Like, decisions you make should be like futuristic thoughts. Like, you should be strategizing about the future. If you're still thinking about today as a leader, you're way behind the 8 ball, and that's just how it is. So, as much as I would love, I'm all about that winning mentality because I think winning goes a long way as far as pride and all that stuff. But, I keep thinking about like the Chargers, like, them being able to find out they didn't have the right coach and all that stuff. So that's another conversation, but at least they found their guy. They made they were able to have a quarterback fall in their lap. Like, that's a game changer. Washington, it's a game changer. The Texans, it's a game changer. Do I enjoy watching my Raiders lose? No. I've had 30 plus years of seeing that. I'm not happy about that. But you have to think strategically. We're not going to get a quarterback. We're not going to probably get him this year. If we do, then we're going to make a bad financial decision because we're going to give up a lot of draft capital to get this guy. We have a lot of holes that we have to fill. We're not one player away. Everyone always talks about, like, even Severe brought it up. He was like, Kansas City, they don't regret trading up. Yeah, but Kansas City had a pretty good team. They had a playoff caliber team. So that made it different. Like, literally, they just had a mid quarterback. They went and got a dog that could become a dog. And now the rest is that, we're not that. Unfortunately, we're not that. So that's the only difference. So, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, let me ask you guys a question right now, because somebody in the chat I saw, I don't know who did it, but they was like, "Oh, we're going against what Al Davis said." I think he's talking about the just win, baby. So let me ask you this: where did Al Davis say the greatness of the Raiders was? The greatness of the Raiders is in its future, right?
Mm-hmm.
The greatness of the Raiders is in its future. So you plan for the future. You don't plan for the now. You plan for the future. And these wins right now are not helping us in the future, honestly.
No, absolutely not. And real quick, we'll respond one more time. That's the loser mentality. Just teach your kids to quit it. Again, that just doesn't look. I understand that a lot of us had that same mentality back in the day. It's different now. It truly is. You know what I'm saying? But there's also a difference between player mentality, coach mentality, and front office mentality.
Exactly.
Very different. That's all I'm saying. It's not in Severe, you made a very good point in just every successful person will experience losses.
Exactly.
It's how you build off of it. It's how you turn those losses into potential wins, right? And sometimes you got to take 2 steps back to take 3 steps forward.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the big difference. But Coach Seven John Juice out of Straw, I appreciate you coming through, man. I appreciate you coming through. It's good seeing you in here.
Salute.
And Macho Man, the Giants are tanking and not hiding it. Neither are the Jags. That's all we gotta say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Look. At the end of the day, it's a tough one because as much as there's a lot of people that still want to see us win, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? As a fan, you just want to see wins. And trust me, I got 3 kids I'm raising as Raider fans. I want to see wins. I got my strategy on how I combat that. But at the end of the day, look, it's about the future. None of these wins are going to affect us in a positive way because of the fact that this roster could be completely different next year. Don't act like the players we have on this roster today, and if we win today, is going to affect the mentality next year. 60% of this roster could be gone next year. If AP's not here, guess what? They're going to offload a shit ton of people. Yeah. And so you're not creating anything. You're not creating anything different. Because at the end of the day, this might be a completely different roster with different personnel, and you could bring in a winning mentality. So that's kind of where I'm going to sit on that one. But I appreciate everyone in the building. We're going to go ahead and kind of roll with it here. I appreciate everybody in the chat.
Get Manning in 2 years.
Get Manning in 2 years. What is this? Frank Grace, get Manning 2 years. Yeah, right? Future. But yeah, no, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit us up. We're gonna figure out sometime this week that we're gonna break down this film without question, because at the end of the day, even though wins or losses, you can still break down film and see what does our future look like with future players. But Severe, man, after this win, we're now in the sixth spot according to Tankathon. I'll give you some last words. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man, this is idiotic. This is dumb. This is organizational malpractice. This harkens back to, there was a game. I want to say it was a game against Denver when we beat the Denver Broncos late in the year, and that was the difference between us drafting Nick Bosa, Quinn Williams, possibly being in position to trade up for Kyler Murray, who John Gruden was infatuated with at that time.
Because they had the pick before us, right? Or was that the coin flip year?
I think that might have been the coin flip year.
Yeah, we made it. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that was the difference between drafting, Quentin Williams, one of the best D tackles in the league, Nick Bosa, one of the best edge rushers in the league, and drafting Cleveland Farrell. So imagine the defense with Nick Bosa and Max Crosby, as opposed to one with Cleveland Farrell, who's no longer here, right? So winning, like you have to think about the future of the franchise. This season is lost. It's flushed down the toilet. There's nothing that these last wins are going to do that's going to change. Nothing these wins are going to do that's going to change anything. If AP is going to get fired, that decision's probably been made already. If they're going to keep him, that decision's probably been made already. So that's these true. Last few games aren't going to help his cause. So if you want, we want AP, we got to win these games. It's not this. These last few wins aren't going to change anything, right? It's not going to help them. The decision's already probably been made. So only thing this does is hurt our draft position, and hurting our draft position puts us in the worst position to be a better team in the future. The draft is a crapshoot, yes, but no, what's not a crapshoot is the value of these draft picks. They are set in stone. A number one overall pick is more valuable than a sixth overall pick. So whether that means you want to trade back and get guys, or you want to stick and pick, that gives you the opportunity to pick whoever you want in the draft, as opposed to being at the mercy of the five teams in front of you and the potential, 20 or 27 other teams, or 25 other teams behind you that can, or 27 other teams behind you that can move up and pick in front of you if they so choose. So you're at their mercy. And if you want to move up, that's more assets. And we've seen what Tom Telesco can do with a draft where he has a lot of assets. I'd rather have him picking high. And then the higher you pick in the first round, guess what that means? That means you pick higher in every single subsequent round. So that can be the difference between drafting Tank Dell, prayers out to Tank Dell, who got hurt.
Salute to him.
So that could be the difference between drafting a guy like Tank Dell or drafting a guy like Trey Tucker. Tank Dell went 2 picks in front of us.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So it's not just the first round pick. It's the second round pick, the third round pick. It's all of those things. This is throughout the draft. So
good point.
I'm looking to build a better team in the future. That's what I care about. And hey, I'm hoping that by some hook or crook, the Giants figure out a way to win a game. Somebody else comes up to win a game, because quarterbacks change franchises. We've seen what CJ Stroud has done for the Texans, even though he's having a down year. The team is still playing well. And part of that is just the leadership that he provides, the steadying force that he is as a quarterback. They have ultimate faith in him. We've seen what Jaden Daniels is as a quarterback for his team, right? We've seen, I hate to say it, we've seen what Bo Nix has been able to do. We've seen what Justin Herbert has been able to do. So when you get a guy that changes the trajectory of your franchise, that allows you to do so many other things. But we don't have that guy. And until we get that guy, we're going to be in the same place. And that's a losing franchise.
Well, yeah, I'm with you. All eyes on G. Why not take every year until we get a good team then? Man, I'm telling you, we're just in the spot that we're at. We got a tank to make sure that we at least have a starting point to a future. That's it. It's just a starting point to a future.
And again, you know, when we talk about tank, we are talking from a fan, you know, perspective. But I mean, we just we generally don't have the talent. And again, sometimes you have to substitute in and out the talent. Like again, you know, put in some of these younger guys so we can evaluate. You know, that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Now, do we want our team that's wearing, you know, the black and silver to literally just lay down? And like we make a lot of jokes. I mean, on here, you know, we kind of laugh it off, you know, but we literally, I mean, we don't want guys to go out there and just like do nothing. So let's get that straight. But at this point, like yeah, it's like, you know, you got to make, you know, just like the Giants did, you know, you got to make the decisions of like, hey, we're okay. You know, we care more about evaluating some of these young guys than trying to, you know, put the best player on the roster out there on the field. Like, you know, like you said, put Gainer should have been out there. All these guys should have been out there so we see what they can do. Now, again, like I don't want Adam Butler out there and just letting someone run past them. No, that's not what we're saying. So I just want to make sure we get that clear.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do this. Fusion Power. I read your comment. I'm gonna let you know right now. Like we are the most passionate fan base. But I'm with you. Like, look, our fan base also turns quickly. And it's because of the emotional distress we've gone through for so many years. All right. We have disagreed with so much of what our front office has done, whether it be, you know, John Gruden getting fired just because of some nonsense. You know, you got some emails and stuff. Look, like the league stepped in, but at the end of the day, it went down horribly. You got front office decisions, whether it be Rich Bisaccia getting let go and you bring in Josh McDaniels. I mean, we literally have gone through emotional ups and downs. So look, this entire Raider fan base, until we find success, ain't going to trust a goddamn thing.
That's
rightfully
true.
So.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. I'll give you just one quick thing. When I haven't coached football the last 3 years, or 4 years. The one thing that I did as a coach is that whenever I had a game, whenever we had practice or whatever, I made my communication to the parents, to the team, as a top priority, because the more that you allow the fan base, the parents, everybody to question, the more they can come up with their own narrative. And that's what the Raiders are doing right now. We're not successful. So the entire Raider fan base is coming up with their own path to success, and we're fighting and we're bickering and we're going back and forth. But there's so many different facets to success that you can't just think a quarterback is it. There was a comment earlier in the video. It's not just quarterback. It's how you surround the quarterback. It's the coaching staff that you put in within on that sideline to help that quarterback have success. There's so many facets to it. It's not just a name and bang, you're done. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's surface level thinking.
Exactly. And so, yes, we're going to battle, we're going to bicker, and it is what it is. Like that's until we have success, until this organization can prove that they can continuously have success. Trust me, it ain't going to be nothing but bickering and fighting. That's what it is. And so, but again, Fusion Power, I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? 100% to you. I appreciate you coming through. But I appreciate everybody coming through. Man, this has been a good show. Guys, I appreciate Chris, Protect the Show Podcast, The Severe Raider. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Go to the channels. Make sure you guys hit the like button. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. You guys, the chat has been live. I apologize if I didn't get to all you guys. I try to pick you guys up on the screen, at least say what's up to everybody, because, man, if it ain't for you guys, we definitely it would be a boring time, because as much as I like these two guys on this side, I'm telling you right now, we'll talk each other's heads off. But yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Real quick, pull up that comment by All Eyes on G, because I know he's been in the comments. I respect the heck out of him. It was.
I understand
this one.
All Eyes.
I understand.
No, it's higher up. Or no, lower. It's lower. It was the one right. I understand wanting to lose. I just ain't mad we won. So put that one. Yeah. So salut to G, really respect him. I get that. So and I think and that's why I try to say the last comment. So like I don't think we're not necessarily mad we won. Like we're making jokes of it. I think we are disappointed because it doesn't go with the long-term vision that we have. So I think that may be where the disconnect is or the gap is. Like when we show displeasure, it's because we're like we got a long-term plan that we feel that we need to do, and this just takes us a step back. As Raider fans, we always want to see our team win, but at the end of the day, this win means nothing. So I think that's more what it is. Like it means nothing. And just like Severe said, we may not feel it right now, but on draft day, that's when we're really going to feel it. That's when we're going to see who got picked at number 1, 2, or whatever, and seeing like that could have been us. But no, we won this game that a lot of you guys are happy about. We're just like more disappointed. That's where we're at.
And here's the only question I'd have is, would you take 2 to potentially 3 first-round draft picks in exchange for a win today against the Jags?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's the potential that you have sitting at number 1 and number 2.
Way to look at it.
You could potentially have a team that is going to want to go up and jump up, and you get your quarterback, or you get 2 to 3 additional first-round draft picks to build on your future or beat the Jags. That's the trade-off. So we're going to end you guys with that real quick. I'm going to real quick. East Coast Gridiron, I appreciate you coming through, man. Always good seeing you guys. Make sure you guys go over there, check him out as well.
He's a Jags fan, so I'm sure he's excited about.
Yeah, that's all good. But man, hey, chat. I appreciate everybody in the building. Again, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Go to Protect the Show podcast as well as the Severe Raider. I'm Real Talk Raider Nation 805 Raider. Make sure you guys check in with us later in the week. We're gonna try to hit you guys with some film breakdown. I know it's Christmas, it's the holidays, so we're gonna try to figure out a time to make it happen. But if we don't see you guys, have a great holidays. Be safe. Make sure you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys on the next one. We're out.